It's the leader. He's the wizard. He's forcing the mouth open.
Well, stop him. Kill him or something.
My dagger is gone. You kill him.
Not me. It's bad luck to kill a wizard.
Wait. There's a better way to take care of a wizard.
Greetings, everyone. Another episode of As Garfield Intended for you guys. We're going to start off talking GloryCon, the Old Order event earlier this year. Great event. There's a great recap on the Discord if you guys want to check some of that out, see some of the photos and things we talk about. And then we get into a discussion about our favorite BBC, the Bad Black Cards. So if we weren't quite sure how to name the episode, so if you're just listening, it's going to be us talking about some BBC. And if you're on YouTube and get the visual, you can. We're going to say, let's talk Reds. So it's a visual thing you have to see at the end. So regardless, I think you'll enjoy it. We had a good time. You guys have a great day. So I said we need to do a rundown of GloryCon because we never really got a chance to talk about it. So I need to start. I got an omission from the Spice Files from Greg, his guy I've played against a few times. And he's like, how'd you guys not talk about my deck? And I was like, I didn't see it. And then he sends it to me. And look at this freaking deck, man. This is an 87 card deck that he played at GloryCon. It's got everything going on. There's 4 Land Equilibrium, 4 Berserk, Giant Growth. There's Cat Warriors. I guess he was trying to lock people. But who plays an 87 card deck? I mean, I was impressed by this.
Man, you just had to. I mean, he's just sitting there. He's like, how can I cut? What do I cut? I can't cut these Cat Warriors, and I can't cut.
Yeah, I've been there, man. You know, you need an unstable mutation on a Zephyr Falcon. And how do you stop that?
Yep.
And
what is the deck title? Is there like a theme?
87 card monstrosity. I don't know, but I felt this was quite spicy. I mean, he's got the elves from Homelands in there. It's like an elf theme, I guess, ish. I don't know. You got
animals. That's
cool.
Green,
blue. I mean, the Land Equilibrium is pretty cool, but I don't know how you're going to try to hit it in 87 cards. I don't know. I loved it. And I said, what would you play in the Summer Derby? And he's like, it wasn't nearly as spicy, but check this thing out. This is the spiciest crap I saw in the Derby. He's got 4 Living Lands, Howling Mines, Relic Barriers. Got Titania Song in here. It's a full Titania Song with 4.
wow.
Yeah, what's it?
4 Tabernacles?
Why am I drawing a blank?
Then when
4 Tabernacles in there.
Armageddon is forever, or just for a turn, right? Or no, just for forever. You have basically Armageddon's the board forever. So Titania Song will just win you the game.
But see, he uses Caracas to bounce his Tabernacle, so it doesn't affect him because the Tabernacle is a legendary creature. Yeah,
dude. Yeah, this guy, you would have voted this the spiciest deck. This
he's like, nobody talked about my stuff, and normally you're like, okay, dude, and he delivered, man. So,
this is
shout out to Greg. Echo 8108.
Dude, that's sweet, Greg.
He's on the quest for fire. I don't know what that is. I need the quest for that too. So had to start with those. That's a good one we missed somehow. So get a respect on that. I was going to do a quick rundown. I mean, GloryCon people were there. They've heard about it. It was on all things. Seemed like he had a nice recap, though. I was going to skim through a few things.
Yeah, we got to at least talk about it.
Yeah, because I mean, it was a damn good event. I mean, it's going to be hard to top that thing. While I find, where the heck is it? Found it on my phone a while back. Where did he put it?
the high quality content the listeners come for.
This is right. Thing I hadn't seen. That's a javelin here with. Oh, we're getting close. We're getting close. I remember this. Ah, here we go. Oh. There we go. GloryCon 3 Mending on the Battlefield. So this was his Elves of Deep Shadow repaint, and that thing is freaking awesome, man. The painting is so good. So just
Yeah, that thing is
explains
really
her
cool.
expression. You know, she just cleaned up all these kids in the battlefield.
Did anyone
So
get more than one of the promo? Because that's always so.
No, you only get one, and then I think he probably auctions them off because there's 100 of them, right? And then
Yeah, so he had I'm thinking that it was like 15 left over or something like that. And he did a blind auction. So you could send him an email and say how many you wanted and how many you'll pay per, and then whoever I guess had the highest bid got him.
Nice. It always is so cool when someone has more than one. It's a super sweet promo, though.
the cool playmat, battling the Confederate Americans. They did auction that art off, but I really didn't think I could hang a Confederate flag art on my wall. People don't know me well enough to know which side I'm in favor of, so didn't bid on that. So we'll do a quick rundown. I mean, we get together on Friday night, which probably my favorite thing was, how everyone signs cards. Well, Drew Tucker's just chilling. We get in there. There's Drew Tucker. And Steven walks around asking everyone to sign his card. He's like, "Here, Drew, will you sign my card?" And so he just hands it to Drew Tucker, not knowing it's anybody. He's autographing it. And I'm like, did he ask you for $2? It's like, no, he didn't say anything. But it was a good time. So then he's playing ante, and then I don't know if you saw this, Eric, but every ante card, he punches a hole in it and puts a ring through it. And so it's Mike Franz. He has this ring like you wear on your wallet, and you can see there's a Wheel of Fortune on top, and he just got an unlimited Badlands. And they just punch a hole in it with a hole punch and puts it on his ring so he can carry it around. Most of the cards in that ring are not that valuable, but it was getting pretty spicy at the top with a wheel and then a Badlands. So if he wins something, he would just punch it and put it in there.
That dude's a villain, dude.
I know.
I'm pretty sure that wheel's unlimited too.
What?
Well, because some of it was like ante 40K.
Oh yeah, so I guess it would
then-
have to be, right?
Yeah, so they were unlimited. But I mean, we were playing just our bullshit ante all night, which was fun. I mean, I had a great time. So we'll flip through. You can check all this stuff out online. Drew Tucker was there he was there the night, Friday night, Saturday night, all day Saturday.
He's probably still there.
Yeah, so then there was a raffle. I got to talk about that. I don't think I talked about the raffle, but you could buy as a Chinese auction, I guess it was. So you could get a raffle tickets, 1 arm length for $20 and 2 arm lengths for $40. And they had just a boatload of prize. There was so much stuff on there. But the high dollar one was a signed power artifact, and then they had a sealed antiquities booster pack. And I freaking won the signed one. I only spent $40, and then they had I didn't see this till today when I was looking through here. So then I get the booster pack. Everyone's like, "Open it, open it." I mean, I didn't realize it was worth like $1,200 or whatever. I'm like, "All right, I'll crack it." But sure enough, I got another freaking power artifact.
You guys' faces looking. I've never seen you so happy in the day.
I know, it was awesome, man. I was winning freaking everything off $40.
Look at DFB in the back.
Look at dudes in the back, like, what?
So amazing.
It was awesome, man, just to have everyone screaming for you and open it, and I don't know, it's worth $1,000. I wouldn't have saved it anyhow, but that was perfect. So Pez donated it. I guess he brought it up as a donation for the thing, so which was super cool. So I ended up with and the odd thing was I needed one to finish my Antiquities 4 playset. I got 2, so it was meant to be. Yeah. So that was pretty cool to clean up on the raffle. I did get kind of hosed on the oh, here's Merrill the legend. Let's see what pictures they got of him. Those guys. There he is with some cash. He was throwing cash on the table. He was losing on purpose. There I am last round playing against him. And right here on the bottom of his little playmat, it said, as Garfield intended. I'm like, what's that about? He's like, oh, I heard it's a really good podcast. I'm like, you're right, dude. You should listen to that. And even I had him confused when I'm playing Sentinel. He's like, what the hell is that?
He doesn't know, dude.
Even he doesn't know what it is. Yeah.
I can
Got
read
him.
it on the playmat. They're on his little
Got him.
That's cool. I can read it in the blue.
Yeah, so he is a true legend. What are you doing here, Jason? I'm flipping through these for like the first time.
I've never even seen this. I have no idea.
You're really into what he's got there, whatever it is.
I cannot remember what he's got.
I heard you got pretty tore up there, Jason.
Friday, dude, it was something.
That's good. That's how you play old school, man.
Yeah. Had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, we did the spice files the other day. I got second. We're pretty convinced the first place spice didn't actually work.
Is there more news on that?
Huh?
There's more news on that combo not working?
Well, not official
No,
news, but
I don't believe it. I don't believe it works. I'll go ahead and say that. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work. But it's cool.
let's see. Then we can go to like actual first place. Was a Twiddle Vault deck.
Mm-hmm.
And playing that out over at the bar. Second place, kind of just your typical Kurt Ape, low to the ground burn.
Yep.
8 bolt, 12 bolt, I guess 12 bolt Kurt Ape. Can't go wrong with that.
Arnhem Altars, I think, were in there.
Yeah, let me see if I can find my notes real quick of my matches, because I did have some pretty cool plays during the day that were good. Let me see where, maybe I'll find it. Yeah, my notes suck on my phone. I write way too much shit down. I may never find it. Yeah, it's lost. But oh yeah, it was a great event. I mean, he ran it really well. And then Saturday night, that was Jason was telling me I was tired, like 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, I'm going to bed, man. I think I'm like beat. And I go, well, we're supposed to go see everybody. So I drank a energy drink full of vodka and took one of those jitter vitamin B pills. And we were walking up there, and like Jason goes off to the road kind of forks. He goes to the gas station. He comes back with his cigarettes, and he's like, who the hell is this guy? I had music playing. I was lit, man. It was on.
Yeah,
And,
this motherfucker, we had to like drag him out of it. He was like, I don't know if I want to go. And then we're like walking, and he's just all quiet. And it was like I took a 5-minute detour and came back, and he's outside in the rain with his cell phone in his pocket, blaring some weird ass music, just going wild.
I was like full ready to fight people over Flash Counter versus Spell Blast. I'm like, there's no way that Flash Counter is better. These guys kept saying, I'm like, I was like passionate. I was ready to throw down. Like, there's no way. The Flash Counter stops 3 things. Spell Blast stops everything. Like, anyhow, no one was steering my side of things, so I guess people will continue to play Flash Counter for some reason. Here's yours, Jason. You did a blue-white Burn deck did pretty good, really. I thought. I really liked your deck photo. Got some Doritos and beef jerky thrown in there.
I mean, it wasn't really thrown in there. It was just on the table, and I needed a place to lay out my deck. So that's just what it got.
Oddly, your lighting is really good. There's like no glare, which no one does that. So for the amount of shit's given,
Yeah.
it actually looks pretty good. I can tell every card. Then
Yeah,
I
I
had
walked
some of
in.
those.
I walked in, and I was like, when I went to register, I was like, "Yeah, I emailed you my deck photo this morning," and he was like, "Yeah, the Doritos, I got it." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, my bad."
He ran such a tight freaking ship though. He had like a clipboard, and when he came in, he's like, "Oh yeah, let me see. I've got yours. Don't have yours."
Yep.
I mean, it was like the most professional thing I've been to.
Yeah, it was very well run. The only complaint, and this is a complaint at like every big old school thing, is like there wasn't enough like space when you're sitting down. Your playmats are like overlapping, but that's every single old school event ever. So
Oh, I did find my recap here. Yeah, no, that's true. And I'm still on the fence if we're going to do one or not. I'm running out of time. I haven't got Battle for Ohio figured out, so I don't know how I'm doing one in the fall. But anyhow, yeah. So yeah, game one, I went 1-2, and the guy was on like just a mono blue deck. He actually only played alpha. He had never played old school before, which I thought was pretty cool. He was just strictly an alpha player, and then decided to branch up to old school. But and his deck was very alpha-like. He just had all the old blue flyers, like mono blue, and freaking brought in Island of Walk Walk, and it did work, dude. He could not get around Abyss Island of Walk Walk. That thing like wrecked him, which is pretty cool. Um, game three, yeah, Eureka, and I had 3 candles and 1 maze, and then I played a Flash Fires, cracked the Lotus, burned down his if biff, killed all his team, and still pulled that off after like it would be a crazy game. Let's see. Oh yeah, that was then was game 4. The guy just played an Armageddon out of nowhere for no reason. Neither one of us had anything. He just played Armageddon. We ended up going. We barely finished game 2 at the end of the thing, so never even got to start game 3. Then I crushed the red guy. Oh yeah, and he played. I had power surges out, and he played Blood Moon to stop me, and it just totally saved my ass because he had 3 factories. I'm trying to get him a power surge. Afterwards, I was like, "Yeah, man, you should probably, yeah, like that was the best thing you could have done for me." So, but I had a great time. My deck I'm like dead bottom of the standings, but like every match, I won something, and I was in the running.
Whoa.
I played this guy. He had like every card was altered.
Yeah,
like,
he did the Halloween
insane.
contest. Right? He had been the dude that did the Halloween contest deck photo.
Have we seen this before though? I don't know. I don't think because
yeah, I've never seen this.
no, I don't think this is different. But he just had all these altered, and I kind of got to go look through it. And so he's like, "Yeah, I'm just kind of here to because I like my cards. I'm not really here to play." I'm like, "That's pretty cool." But yeah, if you could, I don't know how to.
Why not both? What?
I know. That's what I was thinking.
Why not collect like fine art at that point? Weird. That's a sweet deck though. Holy shit.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
I like the balance with the pumpkin.
Yeah, he's got like one bad altered balance. Looks like an
yeah, it just looks
he's
like.
got an anti-balance in there. Everything else is so great.
Dang, I mean, look at these. I'm talking about bad black cards. Those are cool.
Yeah, warp.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Dude.
It looks like all of his altars are done with like an airbrush and shit. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely airbrush.
John,
dude, the control magic in the side through the looking at the crystal ball, dude. That's insane.
Title: Mary Lincoln Todd, winter scene, summons forth the creatures of the night. Oh, Mary Lincoln Todd. I gotta throw her in there. Yeah, it's a hell of a deck. That was cool. But yeah, I don't know. It was a damn good time. Jonathan was there. He did decent. Kind of like mono white artifact with um, what's that one? The as long as you're playing
Angelic
white and art.
Voices?
Yeah, I always forget that.
Angelic Voices.
Yeah, he did decent.
It's
Yep.
crazy. He's playing 3 of the Fallen Empire's lands that like destroy themselves.
The land tax better.
Yeah,
Oh,
he was doing it for
but
land
Taylor.
tax.
I'd play more, but yeah, this deck's sweet. Resurrection, dude.
Yeah,
This guy
yeah. You said
promised-
Resurrection was solid. Just must have learned that from you.
Dude, this is kind of This is a super sweet deck. Kind of something I would like to play for real.
Oh, and here's Merrill's. All right, cool. He did do a deck photo. See if we can analyze this thing. I like the fries, the fan, the the open drinks and pizza box, and yeah, because I like how he just runs one rat. You know, maybe it might be a second one. And he played it against. He's like, yeah, that's how he needs to play, man. You got a rat, you play it. I don't know where his helmet is. He wore his helmet because of this Minotaur that was wearing a cape, but I didn't see a helmet on the Minotaur.
He also
But,
played
yeah.
one Goblin Wizard and one Goblin King. Oh, he's got a few goblins.
He's got a couple goblin, a little goblin theme going on there. A millstone, one millstone. You never know that'll come in handy. He almost kind of like did decent in a few games. He was trying to lose because of his rule sheet. The harder he lost or something, the more he donated to charity. It was a complicated system, but was it just a roll of quarters? Seems
Yep.
Possibly. I guess it's
excessive to carry around. Oh, here's his system. The Legacy of Kirk Heap. Nostalgic based eternal central experience. So if Kirk Heap loses the game, he'll donate the following. So loses and you have full life or above 10, he donates $1, but it goes all the way down here. Loses and you're at 1 life, he donates $10. Loses and you're already dead, but the stack hasn't caught you yet, it's $20. And if Kirk Heap top 8s, he'll donate $100, which he did not quite make top 8.
Not quite, almost.
But yeah, he had to fill this out after each round, and he ended up, I think, he donated $300 or something like that. That's what he said. Was getting a little bit, getting a little expensive for him. So anyhow, I don't know. Anything else we need to touch on? Jason and I overlooked. I mean, the report covers a lot of it. There were just some cool stories, and I did like talking with Drew Tucker outside. I don't smoke, but I should at these things. So I'm always out there in the smoking section. But I was curious. I'm like, how much do you get paid for these, for an art, 10 grand or something? He starts laughing. He's like, yeah, you're mine. He's like, they give us like 1,000, maybe $1,500 for a piece of original magic art. I'm like, dang, it's a little lower than I thought. But then we were looking at sorceries and it's got 400 cards. I'm like, oh, that's 800 grand in art you gotta shell out. So I kind of get it when you're doing an entire game. That does add right up. So, and I guess they get all the residuals, which is cool.
Yeah.
So till next time, I think next year he'll probably do some alteration. I think he switches every other year. Between the official format and all. So where's this? This is a cool one.
Gotta respect people taking deck photos at the event. Just building their deck before they even couldn't make up their mind.
Yeah, I mean, I was so far in advance. I was making a comic book back in November on this thing to get second freaking place.
You were so sure.
Rush.
I
wasn't, but I'm like, this is the hardest I've ever gone. I'm like, I'm never sure. You never know.
You lose it, then you lose it to a brand new combo never thought about that doesn't fucking work.
It doesn't work. That's my life. That's how things go. All right. Well, hey, I need to get a drink. You guys want to start talking BBC?
Bad black cards, boys and
You know,
girls.
that's my favorite subject.
What were you thinking? Yeah,
As the Ebon Hand, it's mandatory that we have a podcast where we just talk about the coolest old black cards. You probably won't hear a lot about Hypnotic Spectre on this podcast or Dark Ritual, but we're gonna be talking about the real cool cards. I guess before we get into it, while he's grabbing a drink, Jason, you want to talk about how to play the best mono black card, Order of the Ebon Hand, correctly? Because that's a
Well,
complicated card.
so before we start, and maybe we'll edit this out, but why don't we go? If you want to pull up the black cards, why don't you go to Scryfall?
All right, let's do that.
And yeah, and then we'll be able. Then we can go to advanced search.
We're not editing any of this out, by the way. So
Yeah, whatever.
color's
Hit
black.
black. Yeah, and then go down, scroll down, and it'll say format, legal. Scroll up a little bit, legal, and then old school.
No shit. I should use this site more often.
Right there beside where it says, yeah, there you go.
That's
Now
crazy.
just hit search with these options. Boom. There we go.
Just like that.
All the old school black cards.
That's
Huh.
crazy.
No wonder I hear Scryfall so much in my podcast.
Yeah, so now you don't have to search through and you're not going to get a bunch of weird ass art.
Yeah, I appreciate that because it took me 20 minutes to get through to find one blight. I'm like, what the fuck's these things? Blight dragon, blight dwarf, blight monk,
Yeah.
blight Tesla EV vehicle from the new Tesla set that's coming out.
Blighted Spider-Man, Secret Lair.
All right, well, I need blight. I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds.
All right. Well, so anyway, what were you asking, Eric? You were saying
Order of the Ebon Hand, dude. It's a super complicated card that it's like one of those cards like Lightning Bolt, to a new player. It's like they don't understand it, but to an advanced player, learning how to like play that card correctly can be kind of tricky. And you're a good player, so how do you play Order of the Ebon Hand?
I mean, I feel like it's pretty straightforward.
But how many creatures, if you had a hand of seven creatures and like 4 swamps in play, and an Order of the Ebon Hand in play, like what are you doing with your mana, right?
Oh, well, that's really open-ended question because it really depends on what they've got on the board.
But okay, what I
And
was
if I'm like it all depends on if I'm the aggressive player or not. So if I feel like I'm the aggressive player, then I just lay out all my stuff, and if they attack me back, then just no blocks. And then
I see a lot of people overexert themselves, have way too many creatures, or they just spend their mana. Like I feel like it's so much better to have like a stacked up hand and just be using like the one resource.
So it depends. So if you're playing, if like it's a ground game and you have to go a little wide, then yeah, you go wide. So if you've got if you've got 4 mana and you've got 2 orders, I think most of the time you want to go ahead and get both orders out rather than leave a little bit of mana up to
You'd rather have 2 orders in play than one that could pump?
Yeah, because then next turn I've got 2 orders that can both pump.
Yeah,
That's where you get them is once you've got 2 and you swing with both.
Yeah.
Like all right, which one are you gonna screw me with? And always ensures at least one of them sneaks through, right?
Yeah. So one of them sneaks through, and then you don't have to spend that mana until after they block. So
Right.
when they block, you can double pump, or if you've got 4 mana on the turn that you play it and you can get a 5th, then you can double pump in first strike. And then after combat, if they don't block either one of them, then you just lay out some more creatures from your hand and do it again next turn.
Yeah. I just don't see a lot of people like really utilizing it as much. Like there's always there's like somebody winning with the rack, and then there's like 6 people at the last table in last place with the rack. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a easy. And they're like, the people that are losing are new players. Like, yeah, I just got into old school. This was a $20 deck, so I built it. But then there's the dudes with the full alpha mono black deck that love mono black and use Order of the Ebon Hand to like it to the fullest that they can.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're playing it with the rack, like the whole point of having those small creatures in your rack deck is to put enough pressure on them that like they have to empty their hand to try to stem the bleeding, right? If they just draw a pass, then you're just going to mow them down. So it kind of puts them in a bad spot either way. In the rack, I don't know if it really. Yeah, I think in the rack you want to just go lay out as many creatures as you want and get to attacking as fast as possible, and probably not use that double black ability if you've got something in your hand, if you've got another creature or something that you can cast with it. But it is good to get in there because it's a mana sink, right? So mana sinks are good because you're not always going to have something to play with. So it just gives you something to do.
I feel like the opposite, but you're a better player than me.
I mean,
like, when I play, like, you always place higher than me. How about that? But like, if I were to play Order of the Ebon Hand, I always will be like, okay, this is gonna be like what I use my mana pretty much, unless besides like Hymn to Torok or Sinkhole. Those would be like probably the only cards or like a hippie that I would play rather than having like an order that's big. Because like a big order is like making their factories worthless. It's making like their swords. Well, of course, their swords to posture is worthless, but just making them like have to focus everything. Okay, well, I got to get around that order with like my Sarah Angel. So they're trying to build up to the Sarah, and then once they finally do, you're like, oh, well, I'm not even gonna pump order anymore. I'm just gonna play 4 more creatures out of my hand.
Yeah, like I look at it. So like in a situation where you've got an order down and you attack, and you've got a Black Knight in hand, are you going to spend your 2 black to do 1 extra damage with order, or are you going to spend your 2 black to develop your board a little bit more?
I'd rather save the Black Knight in my hand.
Really?
Yeah.
So I think I would rather play the Black Knight so that on the next turn when I attack, if they've got 1 creature or whatever, then I'm still dealing damage.
I guess I just get so screwed with like Earthquake that the only creatures, once an order's out, the only creatures I'm playing anymore are flying creatures. Like maybe Ball Gimp in a weird deck or something, but that like I'm not Air Sengir, right? I'm not playing anything that's gonna die to Earthquake once order's out. I'm just gonna be like,
right.
All right, this is my Earthquake target.
And I think that's why it's difficult to just like have this conversation, because like if you're playing against red, then yeah, if you're like, well, I don't want to get Earthquaked, then yeah, you're just you're not gonna do that.
I guess I see this is a more complicated black card, and our team's based after the card name, so I just wanted to talk about it. It's too good of a card to be on this list.
It is a really good card, and it goes back to, it's not just order, but it goes back to just like basically, there's a lot of, just about every format you could have the same discussion with cards on whether you want to deal a little bit extra damage or hold back mana to react to something, or whether it's better to develop your board. And I think in most cases it's better to develop your board. But yeah, if you're against Earthquakes, or if you're playing against somebody that's playing like 4 Wrath of Gods or something like that, then hell yeah, you're not gonna just puke out all your creatures. And
yeah, I kind of like the make them have it approach. Like either they have it or they don't, and you're going in fast and you're developing. Yep. Let's stop and analyze this Melissa Benson art real quick. So, you ever seen this? Like, how many squares do you see here? And it's like all these squares like everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me ask you this question. How many abs do you see here? Because I'm pretty sure this guy has abs on his arms. He's got abs on his back. He's got his abs actually turn into his chest. Like his abs go so high. I think this guy might have like 65 abs. This is an
But it's
impressive
armor to
dude.
make him look. This dude's got a beer belly. He's just wearing really badass armor. It's the point of armor is to intimidate your opponent.
Did he cut off his hand, I guess, to join the Evan hand, and so he has a knife for his hand? Is that
Yeah, he does.
part of what's going on there? That's why he's handless?
I always thought he was holding it, and that was just like a hilt.
I think he did the initiate thing and cut it off.
Did he? Oh shit!
Right? I mean, I don't see any fingers there. That's how I would do art, because hands are
Okay.
hard to do.
Yeah.
Even AI can't
Okay.
do hands. I don't know if you noticed that. Even all the AI still can't do hands. So they're just all everything's gonna be the Evan hands. Gonna have one hand behind the shield and one hand's a knife.
Yeah, he did the ceremony, dude. He's down for life.
Yeah, that's an impressive dude.
Yeah.
I'm not messing with that guy. Jeff Munson.
He's a true.
Where do you want to
combo.
start, Eric? What do we so this was kind of your suggestion, which was a good one, of talking BBCs. And I mean, we can go alphabetical and pick up the stuff that I there's some stuff I saw along the way I thought was cool.
Let's do alphabetical. There's not as many as we think about. Let's just start with the very first card is Abomination, because I've seen you play this in your sideboard literally in like massive events, and I don't know why.
It's got a 6 defense. Like it's, and if they're on green, I mean, maybe not so much white, but they're on green. I mean, they got a freaking double giant growth. Their freaking thing to even kill it. You know, if you don't, I don't know. I like Abomination. He does some work. And they won't block him.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. The
He
problem
shuts
with
down white weenie pretty
Abomination-
hard. I mean, you got to pump your white knights or your orders or whatever really high to even get to 6 in first
They have
strike.
protection from black.
Yeah, but I don't think of that stuff when I'm building my deck.
No. The
Okay.
problem with Abomination is the same problem with what was it, Lesser Werewolf, where it's like you attack with it and they're just like, okay, well, I'll take 2 damage.
What is that?
Lesser Werewolf can block
Okay.
though too, and eat stuff that it blocks.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, same
I
thing
think
with
Lesser
Abomination. If
Werewolf-
he blocks or becomes blocked, he kills it. I mean,
Right, but you're giving your opponent
Plenty of
has
time.
the choice of whether or not they're gonna do the thing, and it's
It might be
obviously
a-
bad.
The artwork is, dude. You know, I'm gonna just say that it's worth playing in your deck. It looks so cool.
give him Grandpa a kiss.
Yeah, that's the fun.
Yeah.
May you never sleep well again.
Did we get to do artwork for our podcast? Could we get that guy use AI to make him naked for the BBC?
Oh yeah, he's totally got some. He's got some stuff going on. We could do that. Yeah,
He's
we
a
can
total
expand on
idiot.
that. I mean, obviously the reanimator stuff's fine and everything. We've all.
The
everyone's
one
seen
thing
those.
I was looking at this list, like, so that artifact possession, that's just a, you know, I'm surprised because with that combo deck, if the combo deck actually worked, you know, artifact possession could do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
If
it's
you artifact-
if it's instead of because if it's activation's paid, it does 2 damage, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
But,
that's how I'll win the next Spice Award. I'll show up instead of
Yeah.
haunting wins.
Like,
I'll run artifact possession.
Mine doesn't work even faster.
Yeah, Haunting Winds costs 4. That card's better.
Yeah, this is a better version of that.
Yeah.
That's a
Okay,
good point.
Gauntlet of Chaos artifact position is actually the best spicy combo.
So, how bad's Banshee? Because I kind of dig it. I mean, for 4, you hit something for 2, you take 2. I mean, it's doing work. If it wasn't a freaking 0/1, it's a problem. He does everything.
You put Spirit Link on it, and now it's a good
Yeah.
card.
That's
That's
the
it.
thing. You put Spirit Link on it, and it's like, oh shit, this sucks.
Yeah, because it's not doing it to himself; it's doing it to you.
Right.
So you're gaining the first amount to recoup what you had, and then gaining what they had.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
seriously.
solid. I'll be right back. I'm gonna build that deck real quick.
It's bad with everything else. It looks so cool. Play it because it looks cool. I mean, but yes, that's the only combo with it.
It does
Man,
look cool. I remember when I was a kid, I'd open up a pack of Chronicles and be like, "Oh man, this is badass," and then you like read it, and you're like, "Oh, what?"
Yeah.
like, Mirror
Actually,
Universe.
actually, like that card is super good. No one, I see some people play it. That card could be
Does
super
5 to
good.
you, but yeah, just removing 2 from the game.
Mhm.
It's pretty solid for 3. So sometimes you just get a slow start, and how much damage are 2 creatures going to do to you? They're probably going to do more than 5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, so
Ashes
it's
to
just
Ashes
like
is solid.
card's good. GBC, good black card. Yeah, here we go. This was on the list. Blight.
Yep.
This card's sweet, dude. Like the land destruction deck in mono black. It's not played very much. The artwork's cool. He's like cursing the land. Very black card.
did it always never have flavor text, which is kind of cool.
I don't think
Like
it
you just
has.
get it. It's the
And
blight.
I think the cool combo with this is the Skull of Orm. So it's an enchantment, so you can get it back with the skull. So you can like, if you
Oh
pay
yeah.
so
Yeah,
there was another card I wanted to put on the list, which is Spirit Shackles, which is also an enchantment that can kill a creature, and that's pretty sweet. So that's kind of like that could be a cool enchantment deck. But what do you think, Jason, is a good player? Sinkhole, Blight, Strip Mine, Evil
mean,
Presence.
those all sound amazing, but it sounds better just to not play Blight and to play Stone Rain.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Double black, yeah.
This is where the ebb in hand, dude. Like just small sacrifice. Come on, all black.
yeah, that's true. That's true. I always looked at Blight as like, the poor man's Sinkhole.
That is definitely a poor man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Sinkhole's just better. And yeah, I guess you could play both, but at that point, unless you're just like rock hard to play mono black, it's like why wouldn't you just play
Well, it
green or
seems
red?
decent because a lot of people were doing like green red land destruction stuff. If you could do it all in black, then you could be running your orders and stuff like that in between.
Drain life, dude. Drain life. All black.
Drain life. Your breeding pits.
You can't Dark Ritual Stone Rain. You know what I mean? You can Dark Ritual Blight though.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bad turn. Yeah, you sinkhole into a blight off a like stone one land, second land ritual, and then just take out 2 of your lands. This seems like what happens to me every time I play against someone.
Yeah.
I like that.
I got a soft spot for Bog Wraith. I think that card's pretty playable, really, with like Bad Moons and Unholy Strength, and then some Evil Presence. Having this badass, unblockable, freaking like 6 attack creatures. That's a really fun deck.
All these printing back cards been around a minute.
Oh yeah.
I've got like 6 of them in alpha. That's like my entire alpha deck. Is
It has an image here. It doesn't even exist on freaking Scryfall. I've never even seen it. You guys have seen everything.
I wish it was a 3/4, right? If that was a 3/4, it would be a pretty good card, right? Like because of
Yeah.
Evil Presence, target land is now a swamp for 1 black.
Yeah. Bog Wraith's pretty cool. So 2 cards that I played a lot when I was a kid, because I played a lot of mono black, like shitty mono black, not like the rack or whatever. It was just like, here's all my black cards. Breeding Pit. I played a lot of Breeding Pit. And
I did too. Yeah.
And for some reason, I don't think Breeding Pit's a BBC. I think it's like in certain decks, it's good. I like Breeding Pit.
I was like, because you almost see a nipple. It's just barely,
Really?
just barely on there.
Yeah, it's there.
In my mind, it's there. Like,
Oh, okay.
you never
Okay.
noticed.
No, I
Breeding
didn't.
I just noticed it just now.
I was too busy staring at her massive shit that she's taking.
Hey, we all do it, man. We've all been there.
Oh wow.
It's like, what
They
have
bred
you
it a
been
terrifying face.
Yeah.
It's like the first like real true black card with like abyss and like nether spirit and like we don't have creatures. We've got these things that make little tiny things as you suffer. Breeding Pit's just like the start of that, defining what black was.
I just had a poor breeding pit deck. What was I playing with that thing? You remember? I don't even know. I guess it was Lord of the Pit and
Oh yeah.
the reanimation.
Yeah,
If you use a thrall.
what's the throw reanimator spell, yeah.
Yeah, and then with trikes and stuff like that. Didn't do very well, but oops, shit,
Oh,
I'm
we
on the next
skipped.
page. Yeah. Sorry, we're going back.
What other cards did you play in your kid mono black deck?
So the other one that I was gonna say is, for some reason, we, like me and the group of kids that we played with, we all went nuts over fucking Carrion Ant, dude.
Everybody did. That was like the chase rare back then, man.
Yeah.
Carry ants were busted.
Yeah.
And
now,
yeah, no,
like,
it's not just you. Everybody wanted carry ants.
I'm
They
really
were like more than a
surprised.
Lotus at some point in time.
Yeah, and I'm really surprised because now, like, no one plays with them, and I'm like, why not?
I love that.
Carrion Ants are solid.
They bolted in swords at the turn you didn't pump it up, which is annoying.
Yeah, I guess, but
I definitely ran it with Power Artifact because it was my win condition, and had the that red card that will allow you to make it unblockable, and that was kind of cool. Make it unblockable and then swing for 1 million. Yeah, I wish it like stayed for the end or like until your start of your next turn or something. Because as soon as you like pump it up once, it was great. And then next turn once people figure out kill spells, I guess.
what I always thought was nuts about it was, like, I don't know, most of the black cards is like pay a black and get the thing. But this is just play a colorless. Doesn't matter. Soul rings, whatever, fuck. Just do it. So good.
Who's General Shanak Valentron? Do we know that guy?
It's a legend card, right?
Is he? Okay.
It's got to be.
War is no picnic, my father liked to say, but the ants seem to disagree.
I mean, it does seem like all of these people that are in the random people in the flavor text, they've ended up making a card for. I wonder if they have made one for.
Well, this was in Legends, so.
Valtroth.
But so yeah, I mean that was the beauty of comboing it with, Monolith and Power Artifact is that it's colorless, so you can just there's not a lot of things you can do with infinite colorless mana, and that was one of them. I'm
wrong. There's no General Chanik.
Well,
I didn't remember seeing him, but good old General Chanik.
I guess that just means it's like somebody that worked at Wizard of the Coast. That was like their D&D name, right?
I don't know, but they will.
There he is.
They'll print one. There he is.
There he is.
Fucking covered in ants.
The ant warrior from Desert Storm. Yeah, he messed with that dude.
No, he looks like an ant.
He's a little bit, yeah. Like Stormtrooper. What's that? Super Troopers or whatever with the bugs.
We just lost a subscriber. That's like their uncle or something.
Yeah, but
how dare you?
Sorry, General. We're patriots, really. I respect any general.
All right, so yeah, carrying ants are sweet.
This was a big card I was excited to talk about in the podcast. We're talking, this is a huge BBC, okay? Cosmic Horror, dude.
Oh, fuck.
There's a deck with this. All right, let's run. This is a pretty legendary card. I'm sure back in the day, everyone wanted this thing.
I ran it in Juxtapose.
Yeah, exactly. First strike, pay 6 during your upkeep, or it does 7 damage to you as a 7/7. But
what's interesting is it's destroyed. It's not like Lord of the Pit where you just take 7. Like it actually dies, which kind of sucks. Yeah. But yes, I was running this in a Juxtapose deck, but I don't think it worked very well because you had to like untap, pay the 6, and juxtapose. It's like a 10
10
mana combo to do 7 damage.
Yep.
Maybe you should just run a freaking goddamn fireball. I don't know. But look at this thing.
It's so bad. I love it, dude. Yeah, so that is the combo. This is the coolest thing to juxtapose to your opponent. It looks like a BBC. It is a BBC.
It's got BBCs all
Well,
over
baby,
it.
yeah, you're right.
If you play it and then just like attack with it though, and just like I don't know, a 7/7 first strike's pretty insane.
Yeah, what nothing stops that.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
a
Jesus
Lord
fuck, it would have. I mean, carrying ain't stops it. Come on now, but
For 8 mana.
but
you are also paying the mana.
but like that's the thing. Cosmic Horror, dude. Like, so somebody made this card, and they were like, "All right, it's going to cost 6 mana, and it'll be a 7/7," and they're like, "Whoa, dude, that's too good." And they're like, "Oh well, okay, let's make them 6 fucking mana every turn. That is ridiculous." Like,
You got the 6, you play him. I mean,
and then you never play another card for the rest of the game.
all you need to do is connect 3 times. What do you didn't make that long? I like how they copied from Alexander Poe book the rape of the lock. I mean,
It's
Jesus.
a crazy card, dude.
If it had trample or something, maybe, but
That would be better, yeah, because factory just chumps it all day long.
Yeah.
This is a good trivia question. What Magic card uses the word rape?
Yeah, Cosmic Horror, dude.
I don't think a lot of people know that one.
Wow. It's got to be my favorite BBC. It's so bad, but it's the perfect qualification.
Yeah.
You could also win with it. Like it could win you the game. It's the biggest
could.
freaking Russian roulette card ever. You're really
We
gonna play
play
that?
face down with, what's the face down card? You
Morph.
Yeah, the mask or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, the mask, and then when they finally attack you, you flip it up and there's a 7/7 first strike and just eat their face. That's a good one.
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah,
good.
I tried it once. Might try it again. I don't know. Let's see here.
I never see people playing Darkness. Darkness is
Darkness
good.
is solid, yeah, man.
Yeah.
It
It's
catches
a fog,
me.
black fog, man. Daryl should be probably played more often because a lot of people just splash for Tutor Mind Twist and like you've got it. Throw a freaking 4/4 in there. I mean, he's good for 4.
Yeah.
Make sure Tutor costs 1 more.
I've got a soft spot for demonic hordes. Those things are
It's good. We can't talk about that on we'll have to do a different podcast. Dude, that card's good. Are you crazy?
I love the art.
It's so good. That card is insane.
I mean, it's okay. But I love it. I love that card.
Yeah, with the current ruling, right, you can tap it like on your upkeep, destroy one of their lands, not pay the 3 black, destroy one of yours,
Yeah.
and just keep cranking, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
Yeah, I think that card's insanely good.
So yeah, prior to making you do this, you can choose to just destroy one of their lands, then you still. But a 5/5 is pretty solid, and you're only paying 3 black.
Yeah, this is the fixed Cosmic Horror, right? Like you have a
Right, yeah.
little bit of an upkeep cost. It's the perfect black card. That card's insanely strong, dude.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty good. The problem, like when I would play it, it was just most of the time by the time you laid it out on turn 6 or whenever it was, then destroying a land every turn really didn't matter. So you would just beat their face in with 5/5.
That is a downside.
I mean, Maze of Ith is a problem. Like that's a sweet land to get rid of.
Yeah.
The card said it's basically a 5. It's a 5 attack that's protection from Maze of Ith.
Yeah. The way I always looked at it is because most of the time land destruction costs 3. So it's basically like I'm going to play this card, and I'm going to commit to playing a Stone Rain every turn.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I
good.
mean?
It's good.
So what about Evan Prater? I keep trying to collect. I collect thralls that are signed and stuff. I got like a whole binder of just like random $10 eBay buys of signed and miscut thralls. I keep thinking I'm going to make it something, but the dude's got trample and first strike, which is pretty badass. And if you sack a thrall, he becomes a 6/5 trample first strike. I mean, nothing's fucking with it, dude. If he's actually connecting, and I think I must have gotten just my ass beaten down by this thing some point in my life because I have a weird connection. I can't remember what happened or why, but maybe a rabbit and a demon took me to a court one time. I don't know. But I have some kind of weird connection to this card, and I love it, but I just have never successfully got it to fire off. But man, this with Breeding Pit just seems pretty solid. And every turn you don't deal with it, he gets bigger and bigger. Because if you sack a thrall, he gets a +1.
Yeah. Evan Prater was one of those cards that, like, when you were opening packs of Fallen Empires and you got one, everything else was so trash that you were just excited that you got something that was bigger than a 1/1.
Oh, yeah.
And so you would like, we would try to make it work, but in the end, it's like, well, why am I playing with this? I could just play with the Lord of the Pit.
Do you know what the penny format is, by the way? I keep seeing it's like certain things are legal in penny.
Yeah,
Cards have to cost a penny.
So it's a Magic Online format.
Okay.
It's called Penny Dreadful, and so yeah, your decks. I think it's like your 60-card deck can't cost more than $1
Oh, okay.
in Magic Online money, and then it's crazy because like that format. I used to play it back when I played Magic Online, but that format would like as the cards would go up in price, you were constantly having to change your deck because like somebody
because
would
like a
make,
deck would get good and then people would buy those cards and it would be out again.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Right.
I think that.
So
like
it like always changed, and it was like $1 to build a deck at most. So it was really cool.
You pulled off some El Hajalo, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Easily with, and I can say this about a few cards we went over, like Ball Gimp and stuff like that. Is being a 1/1 is better than like being a 1/2 with cards like this because it can be activated with Pendelhaven.
Yeah.
So you take a 3-mana 1/1. If it does damage, you gain the life. But with Pendelhaven, it's kind of okay, like a 2/3 with lifelink. And of course, like it actually gets to be a threat when you have like a big Howl from Beyond. Now, we're comparing. That sounds fine and all until you compare like what other black cards cost 1 and 2 black. So putting this card in your deck can be a little rough when you're like, oh, just play like Hippie and Underworld Dreams and stuff.
Right.
Like really good black cards.
Yeah.
So he's like only not playable because there's like other better black cards, but this card's really actually kind of fine.
Yeah, that's true. Because like if you're black on black, BBC Showdown, and your opponent, turn 1 Swamp Ritual Hippie, and then you respond with Swamp Ritual El Hajaj, you're not feeling too good.
But it's sweet. Like if you have him with like some Bad Moon, some Unholy Strength, dude, like it's kind of cool. The life gain's pretty nasty. Like you can play this in like a Black Enchantress deck or something.
Yeah, he's cool.
That sounds cool, but it's bad. Like obviously Enchantress is bad, but you've played this card before, Dan.
Well, I tried to play it in like a 1.5 event, and I guess they banned dual lands or something that month. And I thought I was going to be clever, and then everyone was running 4 desert. And I'm like, you got to be like, totally misread the meta on that one. So yeah, dude, that card's $104. Damn.
Arabian Nights ones are, yeah. Stupid.
Stupid.
He's a rare.
He's a rare. He's good.
No.
What? All right, then moving along. Obviously, Evil
Earth
Eye,
Raiders.
awesome. Fallen Angels, good.
Earth
Raider can do
Raiders.
some shit.
I always wish they were a 3-2. If they were a 3-2, they would be like a staple.
Oh, that'd be pretty
That would
cool.
be way too powerful.
That would
dude.
be so good.
That would be crazy good. You see decks with 4 Urg Raider, 4 Lion, 4 Serendib, 12 Bolt.
Be nuts.
So fast.
So good.
Like-
Scary deck, dude.
Jackal Pup.
Shit.
So, all right. So, Jason, you might have so I keep thinking maybe a Millstone strategy. You run a lot of Millstone. It's only +2, but it's for each creature exiled this way, and it can come from your graveyard.
But you have to
Um,
pay the X also.
Oh, you do. God.
So if
Mhm.
you want to do this like 4 times, it's 6 mana.
Yeah. Just could never get this card to work.
We're talking
No.
about Frankenstein's monster for the
Frankenstein's monster. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I should have introduced that one.
This is a huge BBC. I don't know if anyone's ever made this work, dude. You can pay 6 to make a 4/4.
It's such a cool card because it's called Frankenstein's monster, and you want it to like work just
It's
because
cool.
it's so cool.
You build it from the dead things in your graveyard.
Yeah, but it's just so.
It's just add their
Yeah.
power and stuff. Like it'd be so much better. That +2 or +1/+1 or whatever. It's just so weak.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the Black Wood Elemental essentially. I guess if you paid 6 mana and chose +2 the entire route, you could make a 8/1 though.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's definitely no wood elemental. How dare you?
Yeah, 8/1. It's better than Wood Elemental. Okay.
Yeah, wood elemental.
If you
Suck
build it in like some unblockable deck or something. Okay, here you go. No, dude, this is so insane. All right, so you have Concordant Crossroads out. You have Dwarven Warriors to give something unblockable. Frankenstein monster enters the battlefield as a 0/1. In response to the trigger, you make it unblockable. Then you give it all +2, and now you attack for a big number.
Now
it would,
Frankenstein's monster enters the battlefield with the counters.
okay, dude.
Yeah, I can't quite. Oh, yeah, if you can continue to do it, that'd be pretty cool. If like every turn you could just like throw something out of the graveyard and give it another +2, that'd be sweet.
Dude,
I just wish, and this is like new rules for a 30-year-old card, but like it would be so cool if you exile a Birds of Paradise, then Frankenstein's monster has flying. You exile a Ball Lightning, then it gets trample and flying, and that kind of thing. So it keeps their keyword abilities.
That'd be cool.
If you wanted to errata this card, just take the X out of the mana cost.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. I'll put that in the cube.
Yeah, that's a badass card.
You may take creatures from your graveyard and remove them. Yeah, I like that. I'll put that in the cube. It's a good call.
There you go. You get to finally play with that's how the card should be.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's a good BBC, dude. Giant Slug. It's like really the only unblockable.
Yeah, so Giant Slug, I'm into. Yeah, this was on my list of things to talk about.
This card.
You can give it any landwalk ability. And again, it's kind of like the ants. You can, if you got infinite mana for a Howl from Beyond or something like that, just give it that landwalk ability.
But again, it's a 1/1, so Pendlehaven's good with this card.
Oh, didn't think about that. Yeah, you're
1/1's
right.
always good. And then you've got other black cards like Unholy Strength and Bad Moon. So you just play.
It turns off Pendlehaven though. I think you're onto something with just a 2-drop with Pendlehaven.
I mean, you're paying
Like-
6 using 6.
Yeah, but
It's
that's 6.
Come on. Shut up. You're going down. You're gonna lose.
Do 2 damage, dude.
I'm taking down fucking the Summer Derby with this
on
shit.
something. You're on to something.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replace this with the number 2 in the Summer Derby, and no one will know because they've never looked at the card. They're like, "Oh, damn, that's a pretty good card." And then later, they'll be like, "Oh, it costs 5. I swear he paid 2." I'm like, "Yeah, or 0. I'll put a 0 on there. Just give it."
Dude, you're on to something, dude. 6 mana to do 2 damage.
Fuck yeah, unblockable though.
Watch the
It's-
fuck out.
It's a good bad card, dude. You got the bad moons, you got the unholy strengths on there. You need a finishing attack through some Sarah Angels there.
This thing's eating the Joker, and that dude's been in a lot of Batman shit and everything. He died to the giant slug. Oh, I guess he cut him, didn't he? He's bleeding from the guy's sword.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's his mouth.
That's his mouth.
Oh,
Yeah,
You sure?
that's his little mouth. At least that's what I like to think. I like to think that he's going in that little mouth.
I feel like he just sliced his ass open and he's about to beat
It's
him down
never
like
good
every.
sign when the creature is dying in the artwork.
Yeah. That's how bad it is. It's like
Slug is literally getting killed.
he's about to slice his eye off with his other hand. It's so bad. Yeah, I'm totally taking you fuckers down with this. Four bad moons on the field. By
Four
then, I can
bad
pay the
moons, 4
5.
giant slugs, 20 mana.
I'll clone it. Hell yes. All right, maybe. Yeah, all right, that's in the big BBC category. Live Doom. I've been trying to play that lately. It's just like a sign. The card sucks. Ogres did some work for me. I had one of those in my freaking GloryCon deck. She did most of the work the whole weekend.
That's the Raiders Jason wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather not pay all the mana.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess you don't have to. You can just go ahead and take 3. If you're super aggressive, you don't care to take 3.
I think I'd rather play the 1 mana 2/2, the like green card, the ogre, the other ogre.
Well, that's a good
Hasbin?
point. Like, what if you're just freaking going hard and just laying the damage down? I mean, you pay
Yeah, I'm
2, you
thinking-
swing, you just take it.
Yeah, I'm thinking like just something with just super low to the ground, Hastron Ogresses, like lightning bolts, chain lightnings, just all that shit. Just
Damn.
Maybe
seems good.
you
Maybe.
could have that one word on her boob. That's always annoying.
The thing about the
One-
Ogress is that like you're playing a deck that's super aggro, and those decks do eventually have no cards in their hand. So then you can
Yeah,
start
100%.
right. You start paying the 2 later in the game, but the first few attacks you're using the mana. Later on, your mana is worthless.
Yeah.
I was always okay with the one on her lip and the one on her face, but this one here just bothers me. Go see a dermatologist, all right? Come on. All right, well, we're not getting through this list very fast, by the way. I don't know if that was the
Oh,
plan,
damn.
but
Okay.
all right, Hell's Caretaker. You want to talk about this one, which is no, you weren't talking Hell's Caretaker. You were talking. I'm sorry.
That's a
Which I
good
do love Hell's Caretaker. That's a good card.
that
Yeah,
card's
Hell's
good.
Caretaker is great.
That's
Too
that's
good.
the worst one is Hellswarm and Marsh Gas right there. That's the worst all of Magic, right? Worst old school cards.
Hellstorm's pretty bad. Yeah,
It's got awesome art though.
Damn.
Like,
that it does.
that could have been something cool, but instead it's just like
If
does
it was
nothing.
-1/-1, that card would be badass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would have been way better. Wasn't somebody making like a corrected version of Old School or something like that?
I
Mm.
did it in Photoshop for a little bit. It was a lot of work. Horror of Horrors, dude. That card is really bad. That's also got super insane art.
It
Yeah.
does, yeah. I mean, sacking a swamp to regenerate a creature could be decent in the right setup, but why is it gonna cost 5? Like you should be able to drop that like turn 2 and start saving your Emmett hands and stuff. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, just way too much, dude.
Yeah.
Could you use that with land tax?
Just play a Sangir, right? Like over that, just Okay, you killed my Sengir rather than regenerating it. I was gonna have another Sengir in my hand.
Is this his only eye, or does he also have 2 more?
I don't know. You don't
Stacked
get to
up
see
here.
the other side.
Yeah.
I like his neck mouth.
Yeah, then neck mount Sandy.
I'd like to watch him eat a sandwich. See what that looks like.
He'd be watching you from over here too. He'd be looking right back at you.
Really, really bad card, sweetheart. Kind of.
Let's move on to the next 60 here. All right. Jasmine Gin, never heard of that card.
Lesser Werewolf is super underrated, so it's my favorite black card ever.
Hang on, what? There was something I was going to compare with Lesser Werewolf. Give me a second. I'm just going to find
You're
it.
good. We'll come back to it. Ooh,
No, I'll find it right now. I just wanted to find.
Okay.
So yeah, Lesser Werewolf's pretty sick, and then I saw something. I'm like, wait, is this better? What the hell was I thinking of?
I have good luck with Lesser Werewolf and Kumbah Witches, dude, because like then the counters really start to matter. The witches just do 1. Lesser Werewolf's got a 4 defense.
Lesser Werewolf is pretty cool.
I guess I was thinking of an Infernal Medusa, but she costs 1 more.
Yeah.
So this is for 2/4. They're both 2/4s, right? So this one costs 4, this one's 5. This all non-wild creatures are destroyed. This one gives you the potential of giving -1 counters on it. So is Medusa a better option, or is it just too expensive and you should stick with the werewolf? But you're still going to stick the werewolf and have the black, which you will next turn.
It just blocks everything, dude. Like you pay it for 4, and then and you just pay 4 mana and other factories suck.
This will be my next drunken rampage. I'll be screaming, Infernal Medusa's better than Lesser Werewolf.
People,
like, no clue what you're talking about, dude.
It's just
Go home.
This is literally a personal choice. Like, do you like werewolves or Medusas more? I like werewolves more. So
this thing straight kills it.
Yeah, dude. It doesn't. Why do I care if it's dead or not? If it can't attack me or block it, I don't care. It's there.
It is true, because I mean, yeah, I've been running a lot of Lesser Werewolves in my day, and they just eat up factories or whatever. You can it just sticks around and just continues to chew stuff down.
It just fits. Like I like Howl from Beyond. I imagine he is the wolf that's howling. You know, the Medusa thing I don't like as much as the werewolf. It's just personally like when I'm playing a bad black deck, I don't own Juzam, so I play Lesser Werewolf instead, and it's done a ton of work.
So I don't know how to say lygraphy. Is that what it's called?
Lichen. So like a lichen is like a werewolf, right? I know that from.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, it's lycanthrope.
Lycanthrope. There you go. But they've changed it to werewolf because everyone's stupid like me.
Yeah.
They did like the werewolf thing in Innistrad.
Yeah, so they made it a werewolf now. It's lycanthrope. Well, I do love Lesser Werewolf because he gets a -1 permanent on their stuff.
Yeah, it's cool to use like
-0, -1 counter on the creature that it blocks or becomes blocked. And if you're pulling out some tricks, some Help from Beyond or something like that, it's kind of cool. I mean, it might be good even in green because if you Giant Growth and Berserk that's 10, right?
Yeah, and like usually I play it with, like I said, I use the Pestilence with this, and then I use the Kumbah Witches because both have big defenses. And then I don't need to spend a ton on giving them counters. I just need to give them like 1 or 2, and I can kill them with the Witches or Pestilence.
Yeah, that's good.
Like,
I mean,
makes sense.
It's like a deck no one's ever played. Kumbah Witches, Lesser Werewolf, Pestilence. It's a super fun deck.
How dare you say no one's ever played it?
Yeah, I've played. I'll like rebuild it. Like I'm kind of missing Lesser Werewolf right now. Let's rebuild that thing.
Has anyone ever successfully sighted in Nameless Race? I love what it can do, but it's got all these restrictions around it. So it's a black and 3. It's got trample. Here's the battlefield, paying amount of life, but you can't pay more than the total number of white non-token permanents your opponent controls and in their graveyard, right? And plus the total of white cards in their graveyard. So like if you put 4 of these and 4 millstones against mono white, you can build a badass Nameless Race.
By paying your life.
Yeah.
A pain in your life, yes. Yeah, obviously. There's that going on. But this is
You
one of
guys
those
ever
kinds of is there somewhere in the world a signed Quentin Hoover Nameless Race card?
That's a big one.
That's a huge one because no one ever had that shitty ass card signed.
You guys ever play Street Fighter and know who like Yoshimitsu is? He's like the suicidal samurai.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This is him, dude. Yeah, just some weird type of kung fu he's doing, stabbing himself to get bigger. This
Oh, that's Tekken.
Tekken, or he's in both
Tekken.
actually, or is he in Street Fighter too? I forget.
he's
Yeah, I
Tekken.
think you're probably right. Yeah. So this is. I think you're right. My bad. You're definitely right. So
The Nameless Race. It's a pretty badass card. So what they should have done is just scratched white off here.
yeah.
Total number of
Yeah.
cards your opponent having play in their graveyard.
I agree.
That'd be cool. Because I mean, even then you're gonna like pay 6 life to make a 6/6 or something like that, right?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Again, we should fix these cards.
Put that in the cube, dude. Just scratch off white. That's sweet.
Yeah, that's a good solution to that card. Makes it playable.
Big fan of Mold Demon. That's a bad black card. You know, you got the
Mold Demon. Monkey can suck it. It is horrible, dude. The art is ridiculous. It costs 7, right? It's a freaking 2 black and 6 for a 6/6.
dude.
And you just sack 2 swamps.
Dude, he's awesome.
No trample. No, they just the biggest weird ass piece of mold you damn like.
Dude.
I just love how it gives you the option. So there's a world in which somebody pays 7 mana, plays Mold Demon, and is like, wait a minute, I don't want to sack 2 swamps, and then just puts it in the graveyard.
Oh, just no, you never mind. Or it's buried. Yeah, no, I ain't paying that shit. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't read the card. Never mind. It does have the option.
Dude,
How do they have it?
Guys, we gotta stop.
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
this.
still, you always get the option. You always get the option.
Dude, this
That's
shit's
just a
making me
one
wanna
last.
stop
It's
playing.
like a one last way that the Richard Garfield was like, "Are you sure you want to play this card?" Like one more out.
For a bland
like, as you
6/6.
cast it, you're like, oh, maybe not.
Dude, it's making me want to stop playing good Magic so bad. Can we just go back to just playing worst fucking cards, dude? This shit is serious.
I want to have a tournament where we just ban every card that was in like the Winter Derby.
Yeah, dude, that's it.
It's
So you
just-
gotta play Nameless Race and Mold Demon.
Yeah, you just jamming Nameless Race against some Mold Demon all day long. All right, we're into the ends here. Let's see. What else did we have we wanted to talk about? Have my Pestilence deck today. Not working so great, but I'm trying hard to play. What's it called? Anchor's Tome to make it white to keep my my orders alive. Not really working out that well. I don't think I've won any games. What? No, I did win a game or two. Yeah. All right, so I've definitely done decent with Phyrexian Gremlins.
This card's important sometimes.
Well, I ran it with my Howling Mines, and it was good. It would like tap the mines down, and so it was instead of Relic Bearer, you got a 1/1 that can do some shit. So I kind of like Phyrexian Gremlins. It was a 1.5 event with the Beast, the bad guys, but it did some work.
Yeah, Phyrexian Gremlins, they're fun, I guess.
It's just like one of those weird sideboard cards you have to play just to deal with artifacts sometimes.
Yeah, because Mono Black doesn't have a ton of artifact situations. That's good.
Just that and Gates to Prexia.
I still haven't won with poison counters in old school, I don't think. I don't know if anyone has. I would like to do that. Priest Yawgmoth seems like
he seems like he could be good.
I know, because late game you just sack your freaking trike and drain life for 6 more.
Yeah, or like sack your Suchi and get what, like 8?
Get 8.
Yeah.
And it gives you black mana. So you
Get your
can,
black mana. It's colored.
you can,
Yeah.
like,
It's
drain life and shit with that.
that's what I mean. It's definitely a good drain life thing. He's got an earthworm coming out of his hand to his wrist, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy's got no skin, but he has a vein. That's weird. I like that bolt necklace too. I get way too in the art for these people that listen to the car. I apologize to you travelers.
You know, that was one thing about like old Magic art, like, you know, the Phyrexians. It was like, they're just like these machine things. They're like, yeah, they wear nut necklaces.
You imagine going to church and this is your priest right here.
Robots going to church. Yeah, this is normal.
This is a robot church. Shouldn't say this will be like 5 years from now. This will be like what's going on. That'll be my neck, my esophagus in his hand.
It's the AI priest. That card's sweet, dude. That card's good.
When I was a kid, Ragman was where it was at. I loved that card.
Yeah, and it doesn't get played, but God, it does. Well, it's only creatures though. I wish it was anything. So
yeah. Which, you know, when I was a kid, that's all we played with. We just played creatures. So like Ragman was always getting a hit. But yeah, Ragman was the shit.
That's a good card when your opponent's bad. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I always liked how he had like a really long arm because it made me feel like Ragman was just like reaching across the table and grabbing a card out of your opponent's hand.
Give me that hand.
Yeah, that the lower part of his arm is really long. He got cut off at one point. He just put it together, right? Like that's why it's back on there.
You're right, dude. He's just good at reaching to your opponent's hand. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just a silly, dirty little man. What's to be afraid of? True, because he's a freaking 1 defense, and you just beat his ass down with anything.
Yeah.
What they read? Summon Ragman is now human minion. God, what has happened to the...
Well, dude, I'm curious to get to Uncle Esteban, dude. What kind of creature type is he, dude?
He's probably a freaking policeman soldier or something. I don't know.
If they change Uncle Esteban, I'm going to be pissed.
I know it's getting late and the podcast is going, but we hit the R's.
Yeah, I gotta hit Royal Assassin, right?
Conversation on Royal Assassin versus Sorceress Queen.
I feel like Royal Assassin, but I really like Sorceress Queen.
I like Sorceress Queen deals with Sarah Angel, right?
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
Sorceress Queen deals with walls, which is very weird. My dad played a living wall against me today, and I'm like, dude, I have a Sorceress Queen in my hand. And it felt so good because like the wall would never tap. So Royal Assassin's a way better card. I've built decks with 4 Royal Assassin in it before, and then just went with Pendlehaven Royals. But
you almost scooped though when I had Living Wall Pestilence. You're like, I can't deal with that. It's over. I just scoop and like, wait. No, I have something. Yeah, Sorcerer's Queen.
Yeah.
Which would have been good. Yeah, because if I had a Pestilence for like 2 and you... no, never mind. Sorcerer's Queen would have been dead.
Yeah, once you played the Pestilence, the Sorcerer's Queen, it would have had Summoning Sickness when I played it. So, it didn't matter.
So Royal Assassin's got like... It's super nostalgic for me because... So when I first started playing Magic with my friends, so you couldn't find Magic cards in Ashland, Kentucky very often. Like Magic had started getting popular, and like you couldn't find it. Revised was all sold out. It was just hard to get. So like all we had were like a couple starter decks and a bunch of Fallen Empires bullshit, and we didn't know what the cards were or what cards were in the set or whatever. And then that summer, I went. My parents took me to Disney World, and we went to some like I don't know. Looking back, it was probably some bullshit like dumbass thing. I don't know what it was, but it was like this strip mall looking thing with rides around it or whatever. But there was this like shop that had like packs of Magic cards, and like I begged my mom, and she bought me a couple packs of Magic cards. And when I opened it up, there was a Royal Assassin, and I was just like, "Oh fuck!" Yeah, I think it was revised. Yeah, it was revised. But I remember coming back home and putting that Royal Assassin in my deck, and dude, that thing would assassinate everything. It was so good.
So good, man.
Yeah.
There was nothing more terrifying than a Royal Assassin back in the day.
When everybody's playing with just a bunch of bullshit Fallen Empire stuff, and you lay out a Royal Assassin, you're like owning that table. So good.
It's still an amazing card. It's still very playable.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of underplayed because it does so much. When it comes out, you can't deal with it. It's over, man. It's like, all right, call it a day.
Sorcerer's Queen, though, if your opponent's defending, Sorcerer's Queen's better, right? Like Royal Assassin's more universal, but if you're just like, okay, you have like 6 freaking like Black Knights and Orders out, and you want to attack in, Sorcerer's Queen's now way better.
Mm-hmm.
Their stuff's untapped. They got one Earnum, and they're going to defend and kill one of your dudes. Well, you're like, screw it. Your Earnum's is 0-2. Now you attack in. The Sorcerer's Queen, it's really, really hard for me to figure it out. And Sorcerer's Queen can kill something really big with Aeopile or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
So, like, and that's in every black deck. Like, you better be playing the card in your sideboard to kill the White Knights. But maybe I don't
Why
know.
are these? Why didn't the Ninja Turtles show up more in Magic? I mean, it's still mine, I guess, but
they're too busy. They're too busy donating their BBCs to the Sorcerer's Queen.
Yeah, dude, they found their place.
Yeah, she's had a couple of them Ninja Turtle BBCs before.
They're not leaving, dude. They're not leaving.
You don't get eyes that red without some action somewhere.
What a cool ass card though. It's got like a banner with like some weird language on the left of it.
Yeah.
Clean artwork.
You know where it translates that?
I remember I had a deck that would run the Sorcerer's Queen and the Royal Assassins, and it was all around Nettling Imp, right? So you could, like, Sorcerer's Queen was super good because if you played if you had your Singer out, then you would force their creature to attack, turn it into a 0-2 block with your vampire, and then your vampire gets a counter instead of just getting killed by a Royal Assassin. So
there you go. Right. And Nettling
Echo
is
says
3-drop. It's a lot of 3-drops in that deck. I like it. I like that strategy though.
treat this exactly as if it were the numbers in the lower right corner of the card were 0-2.
But
no variations, exactly as 0-2.
No, that's good because that means it gets around +1 counters, right?
No.
Exactly. Come on, man. You don't know what exactly means?
Treat this exactly as if the numbers on the lower right were 0-2.
Yeah, I feel like exactly should override like.
No, so if you think about it, so a 1/1 with a +1/+1 counter is a 1/1 with a +1/+1 counter. This just turns it into a 0-2 with a +1/+1 counter.
Okay.
Exactly as if it were. I know what you're saying.
If me and Dad were playing, we would totally.
It would be exactly a 0-2.
Yeah, that's how we roll.
You know what I like? Oh, maybe we're going ahead. Never mind.
No, go ahead. Keep on. I'm sorry. I'm just.
This is a
little bit. You got Sorcerer Queen thought? Don't. Now's your chance, dude.
No, I don't have any more Sorcerer's Queen thoughts.
All right. All right. Fine.
Yeah.
Be that way. What else you got?
If anyone can tell me what's better, Sorcerer's Queen or Royal, please do. Because, dude, I don't know.
Leave a comment down below, like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe and Patreon us and yeah, if you
I'll subscribe to you if you tell me.
we
dude.
got a
I'll
free
like
giveaway
it.
at the end of the month. We're gonna give
Yeah.
a shit.
Yeah.
You comment and tell me, I will like and subscribe to you, dude. Every video you got, I'll like, because I want to know.
So I've seen a lot of people play Anime Dead, and I feel like they should just play Soul Exchange. I don't know. Maybe I should get a Sack Creature, but it has no drawbacks to it.
Yeah,
Another one of those good breeding pit cards.
Yeah, 100% with Breeding Pit is amazing, but
Yep.
the +2
what
counters.
what is this guy doing? I can never quite figure this out. He's like just cut his hand off and he's pouring blood on the guy's head.
Yeah, he cut his hand off and he's bringing a throw back to life. His hand's off, like he's joining the ebon hand, dude.
Yeah,
That's-
I think
Yeah,
he, like,
everyone's cutting their hand off of this shit.
Dude,
I
that's
don't
the
know how
most-
you got me into
that's-
this fucking cult. I don't know that I like both of my hands.
that's
Yeah.
the most
Equally.
Black Fallen Empires card in this whole set, right? He's killed a thrall, he's ripped his hand off, and he's fucking bringing something back from the dead.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I get you. Who's Anthony Waters? Never heard of that.
I
Probably
think
do
he's got-
everything. Does a lot of
Oh,
shit.
no.
I'm a moron. Don't listen to me.
It's
I do
good
love
because it's not an enchantment, right? Like it. I almost always play Resurrection now over Anime Dead just because disenchants everywhere. So playing Soul Exchange means that once your creature's out, it doesn't get the -1. Like giving a Sarah Angel -1 is nothing. But the creature being out permanently, no enchantment to be disenchanted, and not having the -1 is probably worth sacrificing a creature. It definitely depends on the deck, but
Man,
that's what it would
imagine
be.
Ball Lightning making an 8/3 trample.
Dang.
Bring that freaking thing back. That is some hate.
Dude, what is your mana base in that deck? Holy shit.
3 red, 2 black, and then come on. It's so
Just
hard.
play carrying against, dude. Just play
Oh yeah,
carrying.
maybe we can call.
Holy shit. That's
Yeah, that's too good to be in BBC, I think.
that's a good
Soul
card.
Exchange.
Okay, so here we go. I
Spirit
always
Shackles.
loved. Oh yeah, okay. Let's
No,
talk
he's
about
going into
Spirit
tackle
Shackles.
mag. He's going right in. Let him go.
No. I've already talked about Tackle Maggot in
Oh,
this
really?
podcast.
Yeah,
Your
your icon on my phone is the Tackle Maggot art. That's how I know when you're calling. I'm like, it's Jason, Tackle Maggot.
Spirit Shackle is a sweet card strictly because it's an enchantment, and then that goes along with the Blight theme. It's like Blight in a Spirit Shackle deck focused on Skull of a Worm. I don't think it's amazing, but I don't think that's a bad deck. Like I think you could win like some games.
It's pretty solid. I mean, yeah, -0, -2 kills a lot of popular things.
No, if it doesn't
And-
kill it. If it doesn't kill
But
it,
even
you
if
play
they attack, so they got a Serendib or yeah, I mean, you only get like one attack, and then the next one's gonna kill it.
Yep.
Well,
It's
you
not
play
awful.
first strike creatures in black, right? Like I'm playing. Okay, I play fucking Order of the Ebon Hand. I'm Black Knight in this deck, and Spirit Shackles. Like I just give you know what I mean. I give your creature. Oh, it's still alive, but like I have a first strike. Your dude's way smaller. The defense is small enough to kill it now. Spirit Shackles is sweet. Big fan.
That was another. I played Spirit Shackle again in that deck that I had when I was younger with the Netling Imps and the Royal Assassins and all that shit. Because you could Spirit Shackle something and then Netling
You
Imp
just
it.
build that deck
And-
again, dude.
Yeah, I know. It
Live your
was so much fun.
childhood. We'll buy some cheap weed or whatever, and you can relive the whole experience.
Let's do it. I'm all. Yep. All right. That's my next deck. But the card that I wanted to talk about was the Fallen. I love that
Yes.
card.
It's a zombie. It regenerates with Zombie Master.
I did not know that. Oh shit.
Yeah, we got a deck
I
coming
played
together
it.
here.
Play it sometimes in zombies. I always play zombies, dude. Sweet deck.
Does damage to Planeswalker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's been. You could redirect the 1 damage to an opponent to a planeswalker.
Yeah, but I always liked how, you just get in with it once and then you just sit back. And until they kill it, it's just every turn going to deal a damage.
The flavor text on this card is one of my absolute favorites, dude. Magic often masters those who cannot master it, and like the artwork is like just the scariest looking chick you ever see.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's a servant to sorcery, dude. It's eating her face alive. It's so dark. This is a dark card for sure.
Out her teeth to a point, dude. That's pretty badass.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Is there any other? So it doesn't have to do combat damage.
Oh.
There's not a lot of old school ways to just do a point of damage. Is there from a creature?
No. Like an
I think
enchantment. Like this card now has like a cabal, like a prodigal sorcerer ability.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
like middle school stuff.
But it's a zombie, so you can play it in the zombie tribal deck, which is kind of cool.
I
Well,
did
yeah,
not
being
know
able to
that.
regenerate is a
That's good to
big
know.
deal.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's good to know. I always thought the Wretched was cool too. I don't think I ever got it to work.
Works
But
good
I
with
always thought-
false orders, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh,
Black
yeah.
red,
that's
like
cool.
one red splash. You can splash the false orders and make it block.
I always like the art. There's not enough like bright green.
Yeah, dude. The Matrix.
Art.
Matrix
Yeah.
colors.
Yeah. General running theme of the Ebon Hand. You can run any number of Thrall champions. Got that from our buddy.
Librarian of Lang.
Yeah, Librarian Lang. Yeah, and that's a good call. So we are running the two-headed giant mono green event with unlimited Thrall champions. So if someone wanted to just run 80 Thrall champions, man, that'd be a hell of a deck. Your both heads would be drinking a shitload.
Yeah.
And it's literally the artwork has 3 heads. That's kind of cool. You should have
That's kind of cool. That's kind of a good call. Yeah, that's pretty flavorful.
Throw Retainer, I think, is a good card. That's not
Yeah,
everything.
it does some stuff and keeps Enchantress around, which I like
Yeah.
that.
Not bad.
There's
Yeah,
Uncle
here's-
Esteban.
Oh, he's
I
a
think
human now.
he's a human, nice.
Uh,
Cool, dude. The card's sweet.
If you had an uncle with an axe with a human skull wrapped around it, would you
Oh,
value his opinion? I think you would, right?
No. I would
No?
just stay the fuck away from Uncle Esteban, dude. This dude, I would not value his opinion. I would treat him as the lowest.
Sultan drove the old hermit insane. Now he only keeps company with those he can catch. God, that'd suck
I
you
am-
got by Uncle Esteban after you hear his freaking stories about his axe and where that skull came from and why it looks like a candy cane and shit. Oh, God, kill me. Just,
I always liked how, because it was a creature type, summon Uncle Istvan. That meant that there were multiple Uncle Istvans. So
Yeah,
I'm just
got a lot of
imagining
Uncle
like
Estemans.
Hey,
a colony.
We should all
of-
tell our kids. I'm going to introduce you Jason as Uncle Esteban next time you come over.
and
Make you part of the family.
Yeah, it reminds me of like, you know how in Too Many Cooks, where there's the guy that's running around axing people, and then
Yeah.
at the end there's like a million of them just like walking around in space. It's that just reminded me of Uncle Isman. There's just like a million of them wandering around.
See, if I could scratch out by creatures, it'd be a cool spell.
Mm-hmm.
All damage on Esteban's reduced to 0.
that's cool.
Like a bolt couldn't take him out. You could really like load him up with enchantments.
Or Pestilence, dude. Oh,
Ooh,
dope.
shit, that'd be. Oh, he'd be the best pestilence partner. Yeah, that's why they did that. Smarter than
That'd
me.
be super cool with Pestilence. But here, this is. I think we're almost to the end, dude. This is Torok's Gate. Is
Rocks Gate, yeah, that's a good one too. Can't
This card is
go on
so
there without
sick.
talking about this.
This card is so sick. Like, why don't people play this as a win condition in an aggro deck? So you sacrifice a throw to put. So it's an enchant a land, and then you can sacrifice a throw to remove a counter from it. at the beginning of your upkeep, you remove a counter. So you don't even need to sacrifice the
No, it's the second throw. Put 3 time counters on it.
Yeah, you have to sack the throw to keep it going.
Hold on.
So what happens is if you don't have throws, you can use it the first time, right?
Really?
Yeah, at the beginning of your upkeep, remove a time counter. So, but you can use its ability before that happens. So you get like 1 free shot if you don't have a throw when it comes out. Oh, you read
Right.
that.
So you could play it, use it, and then it's destroyed, right?
You're right,
Yeah.
right. But if you have a
Yeah.
thrall, it's even better. But
You could do it every turn. But dude, I would never play this with thralls. I'd play this with like Black Knights. I'd play this with just like a Bad Moon deck with a bunch of freaking like Ball Imps, Vampire Bats, things that would usually die to the +2/-1. But you have Bad Moon, so they're not going to die. And just hit so hard, dude. Like play like 30 fucking 1 and 2 drops.
Well, I mean, I
Or
think
bad.
it's literally telling you to do that because the gate to Torok's gate is like the mandibles of a bug. So it's like just play with a bunch of little bullshit bugs and
Yeah,
use
so
this gate.
can you run this with the breeding pit and a band, or what's the green card? If you don't do anything, it can't do damage to you. It's not a band. It's
Oh,
Arborea.
Arborea.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see if you got Arborea out and you just keep paying for breeding pit, and everyone sits there where you just make endless freaking thralls, and then you sack one of them. Maybe you play 2 of these in that amount of time. You put one down, and you just sit there and wait for like 20 minutes while
But
you're.
Arborea and Breeding Pit could also be a creature that's going to just benefit. It could just be a Ball Imp and a Vampire Bat. And another thing to notice is it's not black creatures get +2/-1.
yeah.
Oh, that's true.
So
Yeah.
you can play this with any color deck. So you're spitting slugs or your Llanowar Elves or your Savannah Lions. I mean, I
The
think
living lands.
yeah, Living Lands, but now it's -1. So you need something like
Oh,
Bad Moon
that'd
or
be bad,
Crusade.
yeah.
But I don't understand why people don't play this as the black. It's not Jihad. It's what's the white card that does this? It's an instant card that gives +2/+0.
Holy Day or no?
No, it's
Um,
Allah's Army or what?
Yeah,
Army
Army
of
of Allah.
Army of Allah. Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a black. This card is literally Black Army of Allah. If you play
I've
that.
seen this played a couple times. I've seen cool people actually try this. I mean, it definitely has some power. I mean, it doesn't take long to. It does a lot of damage. 4 creatures is an additional 8.
yeah.
Yeah, dude. This card's insane. It's definitely playable. It's a bad card that you can
A
hit
bad, very playable card. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. It's really good in like go wide type decks. I think I used to play it in like Thalids or something
Yeah,
like that.
Thalids
you
are
just go
solid,
super
yeah.
wide with Thalids, and then you would throw down a Casa or Order of whatever the fuck and give them all +1/+1 and then
Nice.
whatever. But
Yeah, maybe Thallid is better than the Thrall thing, Deb.
you gotta
might be
figure
right,
out you gotta figure out how to give the Thalids.
You can make
like,
a
if you're playing
boatload of Thalids
old-
without too much trouble. You start fogging them out and stalling,
But
and
they
then
don't
you just
have-
make it.
How'd you make their defense bigger?
That's the thing. You have to. It's hard to do in old school because like when I was playing, you would be able to do that because of
Casa.
Casa or that white card Order of
Juniper, yeah.
Juniper Order, whatever, Advocate. But
Yeah. Zentic Poltergeist is super good, yeah.
he's
It's
cool.
Yeah, it's a good card,
Cost
man.
40.
It costs 3, but it's a mox killer, man.
It's one of those cards that like the other 3 drops in black are so good, but man, this card is not bad. It's got 2 wizards on it. It looks sweet.
Got 2 wizards fighting a buck. I mean, that's pretty sweet.
The one wizard in the white looks identical to like the most famous wizard in real life, which is Aleister Crowley. He's even doing the same hand moments of like his famous picture. Some pretty like weird occult references there. Zentic Poltergeist is definitely Aleister
Who are
Crowley.
we summoning? Summoning the spirit. Oh, come on.
No, the
Creature
spirit is
spirit.
what's attacking them. It's the
That's
poltergeist.
true. Yeah, it's not the poltergeist. We're summoning
The
the
wizards
spirit.
are not the card. It's the ghost
Yeah.
that's chucking the book at him. Because it's the ghost is animating the artifacts.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's the ghost attacking the wizards. They did the spell wrong.
Forms the earth. Do love this card. I just wish it didn't have that 4 or 5 damage. I just wish you had to sack 2 lands to get rid of it. You just Armageddon with it out, and no one could do anything in the rest of the game. So no more games, just get a draw. But it's a pretty good art.
If you like Dark Ritual this out though, your opponent's gonna take 5. It's kind of cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you're running like low to the ground, 2-drop shit with your aggro deck you were talking about earlier, you finally crack the ritual and drop this. Pretty good.
Is he playing? I've always imagined he's playing the earth as like bongo drums, right? Like is he got like big drumsticks?
He does have drumsticks. Yeah, he's beating on
I
us
always
for some
looked
reason.
at it as like he was trying to dig. But yeah, looking at this art, I have no fucking clue what's going on here.
He's
It's like a cutaway, like it was in some kind of a like textbook manual of like, now here's the man beating the ground, and here's what's underneath him about to rape his ass. You're like, oh,
Yeah, all I was
damn.
getting ready to
Look at the
say, all I
BBC
know
going
is
in,
that worm is going in his butt. That's all
It
I
is
know.
definitely going to his butt. Yeah, Anson knew what was up. He was like, yeah, we're gonna pull this shit out.
Wow, dude, it would be a cool playmat to use that artwork next to a living wall or whatever, and then like morph them together. Like the worms turning into like weird body parts.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Artist and same weird.
I just like to think that it's like, so if you decide to sack the 2 lands, then you send the dude with the 2 little shovels over, and he takes your lands. If you decide to take 5 damage, then you just get the worm up the butt. I think that's what the art's trying to represent.
I don't think I've seen this deck. But you can just run a ton of like small aggro, kind of like that thing you were testing, Eric, with the like little aggro creatures and hymns and stuff, and then you just like you've got rituals in there for the potential hippie. If you don't get it, you just do this. And then that's another 5 damage. Because I got no options. I'm going to play some janky ass combo that requires 14 lands or whatever. I'm going to have to take the 5.
Steven was very interested in this deck for a while.
Oh yeah, he was Earthworms of the Gin. Yeah, because he ran the Green Gin and then Armageddon and played this, whatever. It was a pretty cool combo.
Play this with Dark Rituals and then the Urnum Gin, because like Urnum's a really good card to Dark Ritual.
Yeah.
It's just like pretty hyper aggressive, like mid range. Bad
Good
card. Could be cool to win
BBC. All right, we're in the W's. We're at the end, I think. I mean, y'all going with Demon. Everyone loves him. Word of Command, unplayable. Goddamn, I've tried so hard.
Never fucking works.
I don't even want to talk about it. It's too late. I gotta go to sleep soon. And I had dreams about this fucking pair of eyes staring at me like, why didn't you make me work? Because I've played you so many times and you never work.
It's those eyes staring at you saying you wasted $100 on this.
You wasted.
Yeah, I know.
They're so hard to get. I paid way too much money for them. 100%. Yeah, I can't talk about that. It's too late.
Does every old school player have a playset of Word of Command? Like you better, right? Yeah.
I do, but I regret it. The more I put them in my decks, the worse it gets.
If everybody has 4 Word of Command, dude, it's a requirement.
I feel like we covered the BBCs pretty good. I'm sure will be some comments. People might not understand what we were talking about. These are bad black cards, not the good ones. Obviously, there's some good stuff out there. Gotta respect those decks. We've seen them a lot of times. But I don't think I've seen Earth jammed into some aggro decks. That's a good idea.
Now I want to play a deck with. Now I want to make a zombie deck with the
Dude,
Fallen.
it's good.
I didn't know
You
there was a
should.
zombie. What the fuck?
Dude,
Yeah.
Never on Disc is so nasty in zombies because the zombie master gives them all regenerate, and then one evil presence, and now all your creatures are unblockable.
Yeah,
It's super sick, dude.
man,
There's
I'm gonna
like-
have to.
That's why you
Yeah,
listen
I'm
to
gonna
this
have to make an
podcast for
anti-deck.
content like this, man.
There's
Yeah,
a lot
I'm
of
gonna have
two drop zombies. I would play. I played zombies in like a 1.5 online tournament, and won half my games. And I played like all the little ones, Cyclopean Mummy, and there's in The Walking Dead are like the little ones, and then Bad Moons. And I wouldn't play the Bad Moons until after I popped a disc. Then after I
Right.
pop a disc and regenerate all my shit, I'm like Bad Moon, boom.
This sounds
fun
like a fucking amazing anti-deck.
Dude, yeah, Zombie
Yeah.
Master.
Zombie hunting stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good call.
A little bit of money.
I need
but
to
yeah.
fix
And
fix
dude,
all my anti decks.
Ice
So.
Age zombies are sick.
Exactly.
Ooh,
Dude, there's
shit.
some super cool zombies in Ice Age.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
That's-
have the
that's
zombie
it.
masters.
Yep. I'm gonna make me a anti-deck. I think I've got. Look at this. I've got.
Oh, fucker, he reaches over, got a stack of 50 of them.
Oh,
It's,
Oh,
I got-
yeah.
Oh, that doesn't fucking work. I got a zombie master.
How's he
I'm
got that
staring.
in arm's reach? God damn. Man.
dude, my zombie master is so deep into my collection. Like,
Yeah, I
have
couldn't,
no
I
fucking
couldn't
idea
find
what
that
it is.
tonight. What the hell?
Well, so I was so I've been going through a collection that I bought. I'm still going through that collection that had
Jesus.
the
Monster collection?
yeah, that had the gauntlets and all that shit. And so I've just got a stack of them. And so like I got 2 Bad Moons, I got 3 Zombie Masters. I've basically got the fucking
Yeah, man.
deck
You got
right
the-
here.
I love the artwork. I play zombies every October. The sky behind Zombie Master is the exact sky you see in Ohio
Mhm.
for you in October. Like I feel like the Zombie Master. Like I'm out of energy. I'm fucking ready for the holiday. I'm like, dude, the holidays are coming. It's gonna be awful. I feel like a zombie. The sky looks like it. Zombies are actually pretty sick.
Yeah. I've always needed a reason to play. I've either got an alpha or a beta Zombie Master.
Really,
One.
dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I picked it up like a long time ago, but I've one of them. It might be beta. I don't know,
Also,
but I've
Zombie Master is a lot of money because you can play Scath zombies and then like evil presence, and then just like 1 or 2 Zombie Masters makes that deck pretty good.
yeah. I don't know. I've got an old black bordered Zombie Master somewhere.
Dude, wait
I
till you
didn't
look
use
at.
it.
You're gonna be so pumped playing because we allow Ice Age and Anti. When you look up the zombies that are in Ice Age, you're gonna be like, no fucking way, dude.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
man, there's
happening.
some really cool ones, dude.
Yep. That's happening. I'm gonna have to dig out all of my old black cards here. Yes.
Yeah, dude, there's a 1 mana 3/1 zombie.
Dude, I just randomly out of my black cards pulled it out. Ah, fuck this. Yeah,
What the fuck?
Yeah,
I didn't
right.
do that.
Wow, how do you have all this stuff sitting
go
there?
Zoran dead, dude.
How did you do that? Yeah, that's like the card that I was thinking that makes Anti. That card is crazy.
Yeah, yeah. There's all
That's
kinds
a
of shit.
super cool zombie. Oh,
Yeah.
and then there's the Dread White, WIGHT.
Yep.
It's it puts paralyzation counters on stuff. When that card is has the capability of regenerating, dude, it's game. Yeah, zombies and Anti are so dope. All right, boys. Black is a yeah. There's like 60 good black cards, and then they have the absolute funniest other cards. That's what I get from this. I was
Yeah.
dying looking at Mold Demon, dude. Holy shit.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Oh, demon.
Dude,
What's
I'm
the
excited.
worst?
Now I've got me an anti deck to build. Fuck yeah.
Is Marsh Gas the worst black card, or is Nameless Race?
Hellswarm.
Hellswarm. Marsh Gas is the same card, but it costs 3 and it does -2, -0. Yeah, dude, this card's so cool if you have all snow-covered swamps.
Have it deal 1 damage to each creature. Deals 2 damage to each creature in each player.
But your
Okay.
zombies generate, bro. So yeah, you need like 20 snow-covered swamps to play zombies in EMT. It's actually, you're gonna be surprised how good that deck is, I think.
Yeah,
Limdul's cohort? What is that shit? Creatures? Oh no, that's not very good.
I don't know how you're gonna fit the Fallen in this deck because I think the zombies in the Ice Age actually like.
This is why no one ever plays the Fallen. That never makes the cut.
You gotta play one because, like you said, nostalgia. But
Yes, we got the Limdul's cohorts.
Oh yeah,
we got those. Those are just like better
Scathe zombies, right?
Scathe zombies, and then I'm just looking there's the gangrenous dudes, and then legions of Limdul. There's a zombie.
Yeah. Snow-covered swamp walk.
Snow-covered swamp walk. What the fuck? Oh,
I doubt that happens.
But see, if we do this format with EC plus alliances, you don't have any snow-covered lands. All right, I guess you could. Can you? I don't know.
You couldn't.
No.
There's probably some badass alliance zombies too. I don't know. I just know Ice Age zombies are super sick because like that
Freaking shitty Scryfall site you're talking about doesn't do anything for me. Just only gives me gangrenous zombies.
Oh shit! Look what I found. Does anybody need some black bordered Japanese or Korean?
Fuck off.
Fears?
Japanese.
Korean fear.
Yeah,
No. Oh, I am building a Japanese black enchantress deck.
What's that language where they just speak in clicks? Like that's the cards Jason has.
Yeah.
Hey, you wanna
Dude, I'm telling you,
from the Zimbabwe tribe.
I'm telling you, if somebody knew like prices of old cards and like of weird old cards, then if they went through these boxes that I got here, they'd probably pull out a fortune. But I don't know what a fucking Korean whatever goes for.
Do you know this card, Jason?
Balduvian Dead.
Shit. Yeah.
This would be a black-red zombie deck.
Oh.
Super cool, dude. Zombies are so cool once you get past old school.
3/1 black that can attack the turn it comes into play. Oh shit. And
he himself is a creature. That's not an enchantment. That's a 4-mana 2/3 that it can regenerate.
And he doesn't tap to use that ability, so you can use that like.
Yeah, and he's a zombie, the Lord of Trusted Horn or whatever. But also you get Lake of the Dead in alliances, which is kind of
weird.
Yeah.
We're playing anti, so I don't think I was throwing Lake of the Dead in there.
They might.
I mean Jason might. He never loses.
Well, I'm playing zombies, so.
First time for everything.
Did you guys know that pestilence in German is Der Schwarztod?
Yeah.
I just found that out.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
I've known that for years. Der Schwarztod.
I gotta hop off here. We gotta go talk Reds to a salesman tomorrow.
All right. Cool. I found an Uncle.
Oh God, yeah, the fucking Reds guy. So, yeah, we had a salesman. He's like, "Hey, man, I'll be in the morning. And let's talk Reds." Dude, let's see if find that sent email. That was pretty funny. You got it handy there because I was like,
so now do you guys have to like read up on Reds so you'll have
talking? This was the email I sent here. It's that old guy with a gun in his mouth. Yeah, man. Look forward to seeing you.
I'll be there right when you guys get to work to talk about Reds. Let's talk Reds. Yeah. We'll be
just show up with a mono red deck and be like, yeah, dude, Shivan Dragon, that's where it's at,
my
bro.
Dream. I always have a magic card visible in my office. There it is, dude. Let's talk.
Just said, hey man, let's get together. Here's this Sounds great. 9:15. Plenty of time to say hello and let's talk Reds. I'll see you in the morning. I sent this to Eric. Yeah, freaking wait. Yes, sign me up for those Red stocks. Oh shit!
Talk about the worst baseball team in history.
Oh
Shit, dude.
Anything but baseball, literally anything. But that's a good one to call 9 on, I guess.
Oh my god, I can't look at the screen. It makes me laugh.
Dude, I was dying.
Talk about them Reds, boys. Come on.
Dude, no.
RBIs.
Oh my god.
I'll be at work at 10 tomorrow.
Yeah, you fucker, you better be there 9:14. Don't want to miss them Red stocks.
I'll be there for the Red Sox. All right. Peace out.
All right,
boys.
we're gonna call it.
Let's go.
Good podcast.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Another banger.
Another banger. Yep.
See you guys.
Later.